Early this morning the sun was shining, and I was laying in bed, wondering if she'd change it all if her hair was still red. Our parents said that our lives together sure was gonna be rough. I never did like Mama's homemade dress, and Papa thanked it wasn't big enough. I was standing by the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues, getting through, yeah, tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. So drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west. Separated on a sad dark night, both agreeing it was best. She turned around and looked at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, "We'll meet again someday on the avenue, yeah, tangled up in blue." So I went out to the great North Woods, working as a cook for a spell. I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I was lucky to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. All the while I was alone, and the past was close behind. I've known a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind, and I just grew, yeah, tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face in the spotlight so clear. And later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. Standing there in the back of my chair, said, "Tell me they don't know your name." I muttered something underneath my breath as she studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces on my shoes, tangled up in blue. She lit the burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. "Thought you'd never say hello," she said, "you look like the silent type." And then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. Every one of those words rang true, and it glowed like burning coals, rolling off of every page like it was written in my soul. From me to you, tangled up in blue. I lived with them on Montague Street, in the basement down the stairs. Music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. And then it started into dealing with slaves, and something inside of her died. She had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. Later on, when the bottom fell out, well, I became withdrawn. Only thing that I know how to do is keep on moving on like a bird that flew, yeah, tangled up in blue. Well, now I'm going back again. Gotta get back to her somehow. All the people that we used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how it all got started, and I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, headed for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point of view, yeah. Tangled up in blue. I'm tangled up in blue. I'm tangled up in you. I'm tangled up in you. I'm tangled up in blue. I'm tangled up in you. I'm tangled up in you.